Hi, we're at the NAB show in Las Vegas, and we have an opportunity to speak with Matt Smith, who's the chief evangelist of Anvato. And Envato is in a real sweet spot right now with regard to having developed a very compelling cloud-based platform for supporting all kinds of applications and features in the premium TV environment. And I'll let Matt explain what's going on, but basically this is an environment that is well suited both for the content owners and networks in going direct to consumer, but also for multi-channel video distributors. And the MVPDs, Matt, I guess are in the midst of trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this upheaval that's going on in over the top while maintaining, as much of a revenue stream as they can with their legacy providers. And the cloud, whether it's the private cloud or the public cloud, a shared cloud, seems to be the solution they're going for. I'd like you, if you could, just give me a sense of where you see you fitting into that environment and supporting various use cases.
Sure, Fred. We've serviced large broadcasters for the last couple of years. Brands like NBC Universal and Scripps we just mentioned. We've taken that experience and we think that we have a very compelling offering for service providers who have a lineup of channels but need a very flexible infrastructure through which these channels are delivered to tablets, smartphones, smart TVs, really any screen that can render an HLS stream. And what we're seeing behind us is Anvato Watch. And I'm going to step out of the way here for a second and show the viewers a little bit of this technology. So using this infrastructure, we're enabling an operator to take a lineup of live linear channels like these that I'm scrolling through up top, and with the tap of a finger, be able to pull up the live linear channel that has closed captions integrated, all of the broadcast elements that are part of the traditional video signal, and live stream that directly from the tablet and give them a very compelling TV everywhere experience.
Of course, we're in a hotel here impeded by the typical Wi-Fi bandwidth in hotels. So this would normally, in a broadband environment, come up like that.
It starts right up. So the live linear channels are there. We've got a catch-up TV down below to where the viewer can go through and pick up a show where they left off. Here, for example, here's an episode of Mad Men that I can go back and pick up where I left off. I had to stop and help the kid with the homework, and I go right back to that point in the show where I was watching. Again, a very compelling viewing experience where the operator can also plug in episodic movies and TV shows to where the viewer can go in and consume very easily with the tap of a tablet. Further, we've got the traditional guide presentation to where someone can look at the lineup as it's happening, tune to it in real time, or tap on something and set a reminder, purchase an episode, maybe even record it. And then last but not least, we think this is really compelling and something we're talking about a lot here at the show is the ability to go back in time and watch something that's been recorded in the cloud for them without them having to interact with a channel or a traditional DVR to go back and watch something that was recorded for them. It could be a single channel, it could be a number of channels. It's really up to the operator. But this is our cloud DVR product that we're announcing here at the show. So the viewer can go back in time to a date prior to today and watch a show that's been captured in the cloud for them by the operator. It could be, again, a single channel, it could be a number of channels. This viewer wouldn't have had to schedule a recording. This was captured for them, and the operator's offering it to them so that they can consume it on demand.
It's an interesting situation that has emerged as far as being able to access from the user interface already recorded programming, which changes the dynamics of what we know as cloud DVR. And I understand there's a flexibility there where maybe the operator wants to just record certain programs that are the most popular and are likely to be in most demand, but the more obscure long tail stuff, if the consumer wants to have that recorded in the cloud, then that would have its own recording space.
Correct. It provides not only the operator with that feature, that nice, pleasing functionality for the viewer to consume those most popular channels that have been recorded for them, but also the flexibility of the user being able to, again, from the tablet itself, be able to schedule their own recording. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah. This sounds like a situation that could be applied in a one-on-one basis, that is with a cable operator or a telephone company that's a distributor for premium content, or it could be in a shared cloud basis. So all of a sudden it looks to me like this is the kind of thing that could go into allowing multiple, say, smaller operators to share if there's a means of getting it all out, including live content, out over some kind of protected fiber network into all these local distribution points. But now it's like mounting a very next generation compelling user experience without expensive CPE becomes an option to just about any size operator.
Valid observation, Fred. We think that this technology, this software, enables those providers who don't have the massive staffs to build applications and put all the functional components together and be able to cobble together everything they need to deliver a rich TV everywhere experience. This gives them the best of all these worlds, to where we see a lot of value in a virtualized head end that can be leveraged by multiple subscribers.
Now, just quickly, as far as a range of applications, you've talked about dynamic advertising in your capabilities that you've talked about before. Now you've made an announcement about syndication to social networks, and there's also this idea of being able to stitch things together. Could you briefly just give us some sense of what those applications are? Because I think they really add a dynamic to all of this that's very compelling.
Sure, both we think are compelling. So we've long been whitelisted for Facebook and Twitter, the two largest social networks out there. Just a couple of weeks ago, Facebook at their F8 developer conference announced that we were one of the early adopters of their video API. What that means is that our customers can leverage our platform, inject their video assets into the core, the Facebook core, and have that media processed so it's viewed in the feed. Likewise, on Twitter, we're whitelisted there, where our customers can syndicate content directly to those social feeds. The key element there is that they're leveraging huge audiences. There are massive audiences on both those platforms, so that their content is out there as fast as possible, because in this changing environment of people watching on different screens and even at different ages, we see viewers who may never watch an episode of SportsCenter, but they do want to see the ESPN clip in their Facebook or their Twitter feed. So we think that's compelling. Likewise, on the personalization front, we've heard about stitching in terms of ad replacement for at least the last year and a half. Now we're seeing more stitching being relevant to content individualization or specialization, where if you or I are watching a sporting event on our phone in an airport before we fly to another city, when you get off the plane in that another city, you may not be authorized to watch that piece of content. And business rules and logic may vary from outfit to outfit, but we're now able to help them deliver an experience where they might be able to spin up yesterday's game as an on-demand asset instead of not letting them watch a piece of live content because they're in a different market.
Yeah.
So these kind of use cases are really compelling. The good news is the technology and the infrastructure is there today for us to be able to enforce the business logic.
Well, I know you're talking to a lot of distributors and a lot of content owners to expand all these capabilities that we've seen NBC and Scripps take advantage of. It'll be very interesting to see how it unfolds in the months ahead.
I look forward to it.
Thanks a lot, man.
Pleasure, thank you.